Afternoon, how are we all doing? For another afternoon of fun. We just had the news on the unemployment figures. Well, the unemployment claims, rather, for the US dollar. 130 came out as negative, so bigger than expected, which is negative US, but doesn't tend to do an awful lot. It has had a bit of a reaction, but I think it'll possibly retrace that at the open, but we'll see. Afternoon, Brian. Afternoon, Paul. Afternoon, Diamond. So, yeah, there's no other news today. So, not quite sure how this session's going to be because we've got non-farm tomorrow. So we may well have a range-bound session today, but we will see what happens. A few ADRs. I'm just monitoring a Euro-US dollar trade. I've just taken one. It's just really quick scalp on my Fivers account. I just want to see if we can retest these highs on the Euro-US. We got a big old gap. Don't want it that tight, do I? 158. Oh, actually. Yeah, 200. So I'm just trying a quick scalp. This is 0.5% risk, but if that gap fill gets done today, I don't think it will, but if it does get done today and they devalue the US dollar ahead of tomorrow, that's the target, that gap fill on the Euro US dollar. So I thought, if we're going to get some volatility at the open, I'm just going to jump in with a quick speculative scalp short. It'll either go or it won't. And if it doesn't go, it's going to cost me $90, $100, which brings me back to still $60 up for today. But if it does go, it's an evaluation pass. So I thought, what the hell? We'll have a crack. But it's very jittery at the minute. As you can see, I've just taken a quick scalp as well. Long. But I thought it was going to go. I thought it was going to pull back and smash through there because we got quite a bit of volatility, but it came right back. So I'm not sure we're actually going to get out of there. But anyway, we'll see. ADRs, we've got a couple. CAD yen. Let's hit ADR. We've come straight off of that. So this is the trade that I had this morning that I got out of this short. So we're bouncing down at this level we looked at. Whoops. So this area here. So it's getting a nice little bounce. We are up into propulsion though, so it could just push and drop. Again, we need to see what happens with the US dollar this afternoon because the CAD will probably get dragged along with it. That propulsion gap seems to be holding up at the moment. They're adding into short positions here. So we have got this area up here as well. Really difficult to know what's going to happen ahead and on farm. Quite often it is literally that. So we'll see today. The other ADRs we've got is the Euro Yen and the US Yen, all Yen based. So Euro Yen, that's come straight off of ADR. That's a beautiful ADR reversal. Straight off. Push. Propulsion. Got that gap to test up there as well, up near ADR. So it's got loads of room to the upside. And US dollar yen. So that's down at ADR. We haven't got a reversal on that one yet on the 5 minute. But the US is looking like it's starting to want to possibly try and push, but I don't know. I'm banking on it dropping so I can get this Euro US dollar long in, but it doesn't look like it's happening, does it? I think this one might turn out to be a loss. Afternoon, David. Afternoon, Mr. Brightside, Steve. So yeah, so that's basically all we've had this morning. Those ADRs, or rather this afternoon, we've had those ADRs. So there's a few of those opportunities there on the ends for mean reversion plays. Other than that, not a lot else to really report. Pretty quiet session, apart from the ends, obviously, which have had a continuation push off of Asia. RSIs, there's quite a few of those to have a look at. We've got 3 minutes to the open. I'll whiz through those after the open. We'll have a look at the open first. and just see which way this is going to go. News this morning, the Bank of America CEO Moynihan, Bank of America sees a slight US recession beginning in Q3. So that is contrary to what was said by Powell, that we are not going to go into recession. So we've got a bit of a difference of opinion there. Bank of America reckon we are, or they are, but not till Q3. So that's after the summer. What's Lavrov been saying? Agreed with Saudi Arabia to coordinate with OPEC. Yeah, that's fine. There's the jobless claims. So there's not really been any other news this morning. So yeah, that's it. It's all about tomorrow. So we've got big news. We've got everything affected tomorrow. We've got the yen, the pound, the CAD, and the US all going potentially nuts tomorrow. We shall see. Stopped out of that, I reckon. Oh no. He can't make his mind up, can it? We'll see. We've got the open basically in 2 minutes. So this is either going to pop one way or the other, isn't it? Hopefully. Afternoon, Big Papa. Afternoon, Seymour. Right. Oh my God. Everything's going wrong today. I can't. It's one of those days today where I just can't get anything going. I just got a nice little short on the US dollar CAD, but it's decided to straight back up. It's I can't get anything going. Literally, everything's just like backfiring this morning. Nothing drastic, just nothing going. It's horrible. Hate it when it's quiet. Afternoon, Michael. Right, 50 seconds to the open. If anybody's got anything they want to look at, shout. Let me know. I will go through the RSIs once the open's in. Pre-market 15 is there and there at the moment. It's going to be tight on the pre-market. If this drops fast, you might not get the pendings triggered if you're taking the pre-market. Depends how fast this goes. Let's listen to the crickets. Refresh that. I won't put them on too loud. Financial juice seems to be very slow today. Okay, so it seems mainly seller orientated at the moment, as we can see, we're selling off. Let's watch that euro, US dollar as well. There we go. Pop, come on, run, run, run. There we go. Yeah, pretty quiet open. Not a lot going on there. Okay. Personally, I want this to fly because that will drive the US dollar down. No, it's gone. Stopped out. Never mind. Oh, no, not quite. I thought I was going down faster than that. It didn't. Afternoon, Luke. There we go. Here we go. Now I'm getting stopped out. Oh, one of those days where you just want to sidestep and go, no, I just literally nothing's working today. It's all sideways. Getting to that horrible point in the evaluation where I'm not far away. I'm over halfway to the target, and you get a little bit like, oh, should we just go for one big one? And so many times I've done that and just passed, and so many times I've done that and it's gone, and you end up just taking 2 steps back. I've just got a feeling today is going to be one of those. I can see it. Never mind. Yeah, let's just stop out. There's my stop there. Right, NASDAQ, 0 direction at the minute. We've got this huge propulsion gap, which I'm pretty sure we're just going to drop down and test. There we go. I should be trading the NASDAQ short, shouldn't I, really? It makes sense, wouldn't it? Trigger finger syndrome, yeah. I've stopped out. Should wait till later. Got that euro odd on at the moment. At the moment, the trouble I've got at the moment is that there's nothing in FX I can see that I'm remotely interested in. So I'm just sort of flailing around. This morning I've just been flicking through the pairs every hour or so, just thinking, should I take that? Nah. There's just been nothing this morning that I've thought that looks good at all. It's just it's really you can see by the market, the way the market's opening today, it's just so lackluster today. We had that news, that's it. It's just for the rest of the day, it's just been, look at the euro US dollar, it's untradeable. The whole day, it's just been like the movements. You can't trade any small time frames, so it's just there's no higher time frame opportunities that I could see. So one of them days. You don't seem to be using your RSI hourly today on your trades. I have been, but I haven't seen anything of any interest really. Afternoon, David. But I'll whiz through them all in a minute. We've got some RSIs to look at. Okay, this is a bit more promising now. So the pre-market today was there. So you would have just been gathered up into that short. It looks like you're just going to be gathered up into a long. It's all a bit meh today. Look at this thing, it's just not moving. So it's bullish. See what happens when we get to this high. Let's have a look at the Dow. Start to. Yeah, Dow's gone already. So Nasdaq's going to make a new high in a second. Let's have a look at where we're off to. Yeah, propulsion gap fill. So we've taken yesterday's high. This is either going to retrace from here or we're going to run for the gap by the looks of things. However, we could just get a rotation day and do this tomorrow. I mean, it's funny day ahead of non-farm. Very hit and miss. Pound odd for a sell. Let's have a look. I don't really see why pound odd would be a sell, but it's just contracting into a symmetrical sort of triangle at the moment. Gold. Yeah, gold's a good sell at some point. So gold is running for the gap. Got two. So this is what I was expecting to do. I'd rather do that ahead of tomorrow. So yeah, it's long, but you're coming up to ADR. Well, this isn't propulsion gap. This is the propulsion gap. This is the one that broke the low. So this is the main one where the selling started. This is just aggressive selling. Unlikely they would add here. They will add when it pulls back. I doubt you'll get up there today. I never know. We could have a big day today, couldn't we? We could have a big day. See, this is $125 up here. I'm tempted to just get that banked today. But if it runs, I'll be cross with myself. But yeah, no. Meh. I'll have a look through all the pairs in a minute. See if there's anything to get into. So there's your 5-minute opening range. So the 5-minute opening range break is there. The Dow has already done it, but we seem to be running out on the Dow as well. Running out of steam a little bit up here. Not much, is it, today? So potential gold short, you said, didn't you? Yeah, it is. Well, yeah, we looked at that. It is a short. At some point, I've just drawn a house on top of the US dollar CAD swing high. There's the US dollar CAD. Yeah, I'm short on that at the minute here. So, yeah, no, it's not a house you draw on top of it. We want a weight. 10-ton weight. Yeah, it's just to make sure it can't get up. It doesn't. I'm there. Look, I'm almost break even stop on it because I don't trust it at all. We're coming down here. I can't see us doing a big move on the US dollar ahead of non-farm, but you can never tell. You really can't. Everything's just really, really, really struggling to do anything at the minute. Horrible day. I went short on EU 5-minute market reversal alert, but don't like the price action. You're out. Yeah, it's not. I'm only longing this. I'm not longing this for any technical, fundamental reason or anything, but the fact that we've got this to do, and I was just hoping that this would fly at the open, but it's not flying, is it? So I was just hoping to grab something that I could get to break even fast and just go for a home run, but that's not going to happen. It's not running home at all. In fact, I'm tempted to close this. I'm going to give it to the base of that candle. I think it's going to be one of those sessions where you fall asleep watching the market, trying to do something. Sit here waiting for a setup and it doesn't come. Yeah, it's flat as a pancake. We'll do some analysis. There we go. Here you go. He's thinking about it. Thinking about it. Okay, long Nasdaq on the 5-minute ORB, obviously. But it's like a rocket backfiring, trying to take off. It's glitching, basically, isn't it? Okay, just going to drag my stop up. 0.5% profit, nearly. Oh, here we go again. No, I don't trust it. All right, I'm just moving that to break even. I don't trust it. It's either going to go or it's not. I'm not going to play around with it. There's no strength in the market at all at the moment. So I've just got a feeling this is going to turn around and collapse. Putting a 3-bar reversal on the Dow. Back down to here, I reckon. But I'm not going to, I don't trust it either way at the minute. Right, RSIs. Aussie dollar Swiss. Classic dinosaur chart pattern. Where's the dinosaur chart pattern, Luke? I haven't seen that one. I have drawn a dinosaur pattern. Oh, there's a dinosaur chart. Yeah, that's a dinosaur. There we go. That's his tail. Yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. Oh my God, that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm drawing the wrong picture on my chart. Exactly. You're drawing the wrong picture on the chart. Bob Ross would be proud, yeah. Good old Bob Ross. There's a meme going around at the moment. Who is it? They put as Bob Ross. Deadpool or someone, I think. I can't remember. There's a meme going around on Facebook with someone else with Bob Ross's hair on. This looks like a nice reversal. I'm tempted to short it. Right, okay. Oh, God. This can't make its mind up at all, can it? I like this short. I'm not going to take it myself at the minute, but I do like, I just fancy that short at the moment. It's just there's no strength at the moment. Mr. Wick is certainly playing today, isn't he? Look, we just got wicks on wicks and wicks. The indices are very similarly placed as well. It's bullish, but it's just not got any traction. I'd wait. Right, let's do the ADRs. Aussie dollar CAD hourly. So that's a nice reversal. That's already underway. Blimey, that didn't muck about with its to the pip, did it? Look at that. Spot on reversal at the propulsion. So propulsion move, retest, retest, not interested, straight into it, bang, sell it. Running into support. We've got propulsion target down there. So that's a good looking short Aussie dollar CAD. Just look at the sentiment on that for a sec. Range bound. That's a good looking short. That's going to hedge me. I'm going to have a go on that one as well. So that's 0.23 short. We've had the reversal alert on this already. Target propulsion gap. So we've had the reversal alert on the lower time frame. So there's your hourly, there's your 5-minute reversal. I'm really late on this, I know. M15, you're just about to get the reversal alert now. So I'm kind of playing the M15 here. But that's come straight off of resistance, straight off that propulsion gap. So there is a chance that this might come up and retest that, but it's likely going to be coming down there. This is just a pullback drop. So that's the play on that one. Short. Obviously, if you're going to position trade it, get in. Doesn't matter if it comes back up, you just get in again. But obviously, I'm using a stop because it's a prop account. So Aussie dollar Swiss. Oh, by the way, COT data, I did post it in Telegram and on socials, but COT data has been updated today. We've got the 14th now at the CFTC. So they've released the figures for the 14th of February. So that's all been automatically updated. Well, I've manually updated it because the script runs on a Saturday morning, so I've had to manually update it. But all the new COT data's there. There's no change on the bias, really. So your main buys and sells are pretty much the same. There's not any real change on the bias at all. So COT is the same as it was last week, basically. Is this frozen? Oh, no. There we go. So I just wanted to... Let's not get there yet, is it? Let me just get this on my other monitor so I can monitor this trade. Because I don't want to keep clicking to it. What is it? US dollar. I just want to monitor this. I'm just watching this high. Yeah, because we tapped into this high. We've sold out of it twice now. I just want to see what it does there. I'm hoping we're just going to get a flurry. So this is kind of the third run up on this level. All the limits have triggered now. So literally all the liquidity is sitting there. I'm hoping we're just going to pop that and then get a rally through. And once that pop has gone there's nowhere to go. Yeah, so literally there's nowhere to go but back to propulsion, which is pretty much ADR look. So I'm just hoping we get that break. If we get that break and retest, that's off up there today. But there we go, it's going now. Look. I'm looking for a pop out the top. And I'm worried about it just getting stuck here and then limit orders just eating up and absorbing it. Oh, there we go, there's the pop. There we go. Cool. Okay. Well, it's good. I'll leave that running. So that's an evaluation pass if that trade works out. I'll leave that. See if we can get that moving. Aussie dollar Swiss. So this is a nice potential 4 hour. Let me just turn the crickets off. We can hear that the market is going massively long, obviously. So the Nasdaq's flying, which is lovely. So if you've taken the ORB this afternoon, well, if you took the pre-market, you got stopped out on the short and you're long. If you took the 5 minute, you're long. If you took the 15-minute, you're long. If you're long, you're in profit. There we go. There's the opening major breakout summed up. So yeah, Aussie's got a Swiss. So this is a 4 hour. This is really stuck at the moment. We're just coming out of extension on the 80, not able to get anywhere. Look. It does look like it's going to go. We've got 2 propulsion targets to aim for, and that we looked at this one this morning. I do like it long. It's just really struggling at the moment. RSI on the hourly, look, we had a really deep RSI extension on this, and that's all they gave us. Yeah, so we've still got this. It's coming up into here. It's definitely going to get an ADR hit. Whether or not it's going to get it this week, I don't know. So it might be one of those you're just going to have to hold on to for a couple of weeks if you take it, because it just doesn't seem to have any strength at all. It's all like, you know, you've got divergence on the RSI, you've had the reversal alert, the W pattern's there, the retest is there, everything's there for a long. It's just not able to get kick-started for some reason, the Aussie. So looks really, really good. I don't see any reason why that's not going to go up. It's just stuck. So that's just stalled, isn't it? I knew it. I'm tempted to bank it. I don't like this. I need to see this candle close long. We've got 1 minute left on this candle. If we don't break and hold that high, this is going to fail. Just watch this for a sec. Talk amongst yourselves. Need a rocket, don't we? Hang on. We're not really better colours. There we go. There we go. That's better. It should give it a good. I should give it a good pop, shouldn't it? Not many people know this secret, so don't tell anyone, yeah? It's a bank secret. I didn't know you could draw that well. Hey, I went to art college. Not. Okay. I'm looking. Oh, no, I was looking at the 4 hour chart. I was just wondering. You know what? I was looking at this thing. I was looking at this thinking, why the hell is this 5 minute candle not closing? I'm on the M15. Right. We have closed above. Okay. So I think it's safe to pop the stop up into profit. That wick. Oh, Christ. That level there. As we've closed above there, I wouldn't want it to drop below there. If we basically close below this candle or push down back below this low here and put in a lower low, I would say this is just going to turn into a mean reversion and pop from there. So I want to see the buyers come through. So all the sellers that have been selling here and getting through, we're through. Yeah. So we've eaten up their liquidity. We've eaten up their stops. Now I need to see that the buyers are serious about making this move happen. If it is, then we should push again, pull back and go. If not, we break that low. I think we'll probably just come back down and we'll do that for the afternoon. You can hear it's just, you know, it's either a false breakout or it's not, isn't it? I don't really want to bank it, but I'd rather just go for the home run. This is the trouble with this one is because it's a fivers, it's a 3-stage evaluation. So, and again, it's a psychological thing. I'm in a hurry because I've got 3 evaluations to do to get funded rather than 2 or 1. And it just makes you that little bit more overeager, doesn't it? They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Aussie dollar yen extended to the downside. Again, these yens very, very strong at the moment. We've got a very nice divergence formed, W pattern forming. We haven't had the reversal alert on the 4 hour yet, but we have had the reversal alert back down on M15. So again, looks pretty good. But this yen is very, very, very strong at the moment. So it's a bit of a difficult one, that one. Swiss yen working out nicely. I better go back and watch Married at First Sight Australia. Yes. Buy some Bitcoin. Swiss yen is working out nicely. Buy. Yeah, okay. That's very nice. There's a 3-bar reversal. Push down. Rejection. Push back up. This candle close. Long. Yeah. They're buying. They're adding. We didn't get where we wanted to go. What we wanted was that. The market didn't get that. So it's rebuying it here. It's Virgin Media telling me that there might be a problem with my network. So if I disappear, you know why. Virgin Media have cut me off. So yeah, Swiss yen looks pretty good if you took that one. That was one we looked at this morning, wasn't it? Aussie dollar yen. So we looked at that hourly extension, 4-hourly extension, but getting trampled. Again, coming back up to here or here. We've retested that yesterday. We have got that propulsion gap at ADR. So there's a target up there as well. So all of these, just look for the targets. The good thing about propulsion gaps as targets, if you use them as targets, is, let's say, for example, you go long here. Yeah. Let's say that wasn't there. And you're targeting that propulsion gap. If you get a push back down against you and you get another propulsion gap put in, all you do is you just target that propulsion gap. So you've got 2 positions on, so target that propulsion gap. So these, these are going to get back, it's going to get back to these. So if you're scaling into a position and there's propulsion gaps appearing above you, best case scenario is that. Worst case scenario is that, isn't it? Yeah, and if it pushes down again and goes pop and then mucks about for a bit and you've got another propulsion gap, that is your worst case scenario. That is your interim. That is your best. Yeah. So always use, institutional buying or selling as a good area that you're heading for. And that's exactly the premise of this failing trade. Is the propulsion gap. That's the only reason I'm playing it, because I know they're going back up there. I just don't know whether they're going there today or tomorrow. If they go there tomorrow, fine. I'm not going to get the trade, am I? If it goes there today, I am. So yeah. So that's Aussie dollar yen. Afternoon, John. You normally have to look at refrigerators to see art that great. Yes. I am drawing freehand with a mouse. Come on. You can draw a moon at the top. That's a really good idea. That's what you want, isn't it? You need to draw the moon up there. How do you draw the moon? There you go. Well, that's the moon. Yeah. And then you draw the rocket. Can't fail, can it? Can't fail. Right. CAD Swiss. Classic Seymour pattern on H4 gold. Have you looked at the Mint funding? Mint funding? No. I'm always interested in new prop firms, though. Do you work for Mint funding? Ooh, flashy website. One step funding, 300 instruments, infinite potential, instant funding up to 2 million. Simple, fast, low spreads. 4% drawdown, 5% overall. That's not good. 1 to 10 leverage. Keep 75% or compound your account. So you can't compound and keep it. That's not good either. $750? No thanks. Jesus, that's expensive. Oh, there you go. Bang, there's your reason. Do not touch it with a barge pole. Market execution in 3 to 4 seconds. Not interested. Don't like it. Much better. Oh, wrong one. Much better firms out there. CAD Swiss running nicely. So that was the H1. Sorry, yeah, that was H4 extension. Started to bounce off that area nicely. We looked at this one this morning. Yeah, we were looking at a bounce here. Somewhere in this region, didn't know where. We tapped straight into it. I was looking for an ADR on this, but didn't get it. But it's turned very, very nicely. So you got your 15-minute reversal. It's just about to happen. Hourly's not on here, but you've had your M5. So very good. See if we've got the legs basically to push further. But that one's already starting to play out. M15, you're just about to get the reversal alert. So this is an H4 M15 mean reversion. So no problem with taking that reversal alert there. But we have fallen out of the bottom, obviously. And the thing you've got to think about is what's going to happen with the CAD tomorrow. We've got the CAD unemployment figures. So, God damn it, stopped out. Not my day today. It's really not my day. Look at the wicks. It's the price action's far too exaggerated. This is what you want to get into, yeah? Look at the price action here. It's just huge volatility, huge wicks, huge movement. It's very, very, very difficult to get into a position because you always get stopped out if you're moving stops, and obviously if you're low time frame trading like I'm attempting to do here, but I'm not. I wouldn't mind getting back in that though. In fact, what I might do is go with a pip amount as well instead, 0.5%. And I'm not going to trade it. Let's take the trailer off it. There we go. I'm just going to try and get back in if it pushes. If it doesn't push, obviously, if this is exactly what I just said, wasn't it? That's what I was not looking for. That looks to me like a false breakout. Not always, but everybody is now shorting this, and their liquidity's there because everybody's seen the false breakout and everybody's trying to mean revert it. It's a good reason to come out and get the liquidity, isn't it? So this could still go. This could just be a buyers running out of steam, gathering steam, pop. We'll see. I'll leave that pending in place and see if I can get that triggered. So yeah, I like this CAD Swiss. I'm in Aussie dollar CAD now. There we go, triggered on Aussie dollar CAD. Very nice. So playing that down to the short, down to the lows. Which indie shows us the gaps on MT4 or MT5? It's called Wide Range Bar WRB Hidden Gap. It's on the website. If you go to the other indicators and template, it's there for MT4. I haven't got it for MT5 in there. Google it. MentFX YouTuber that started a prop firm, is it? Oh, right. Oh, okay. Why do I dislike 8cap? Go and trade with them and then you'll know. Market execution, basically. It takes about 3 to 4 seconds to get an execution. You can't scalp on it, basically. If you're going to swing, it's no problem. If you're going to trade H1, H4, it's all right. But you can't scalp on it. The execution is too slow. Unless it's changed. I tried it twice over periods of months, and it's the same. Their market execution is like you hit the buy button, you wait 3 seconds, your order appears. Yeah, try doing that at the open, right? On the Nasdaq, it's just you just can't trade it. Yeah. So we're going to go for the open. So I'm going to go right. I'm going to place a pending order there. Click, your pending order goes in. You're like, what? And then it gets triggered, right? And you go, no, I didn't want that. You cancel it. Cancel. And then you've taken all that loss because it takes so long to execute an order. I don't know what is wrong with it, but it was awful. It might be better now. I might be totally wrong, but no one has ever told me it's better. There we go, William. 8cap's still terrible for scalps. Plus they have outages for minutes. There you go. It's a absolute crap broker. Unfortunately, a lot of these, like this Mint one, yeah, I don't know why they're going with 8cap. I think 8cap basically, let's have a look. 8cap has probably got some piece of software they've developed. There you go, the trading pit, that's another one. Awful. Absolutely awful. Awful prop firm. It all works with 8cap. And they all keep saying, there's all this coming soon stuff. There's obviously someone, and I'm pretty sure it is 8cap, Evertrader, 8cap Partners. There we go. There's probably someone, get in contact to start your own prop. See, this is why these guys are all doing it. They've got some kind of software or something where you can basically just sign up, set up a website, become a prop firm, all goes through 8cap. Obviously, no one ever gets funded. Yeah, so it's all just a smoke and mirrors thing. But yeah, that's basically why there's so many 8cap ones around. But the market execution is so terrible. You'd never pass anything unless you're going to swing on it, which is fine. But yeah, rubbish. Do not touch with a 10-foot barge pole. Opening range breakout this afternoon is very nice. If you're on it. 8 crap, exactly. 8cap must have a prop firm white label. Yeah, exactly. We just found it. There you go. Just been stopped out. Oh, no, I haven't. Sorry, I've just entered long. I've just got back into that trade. There you go. Back in long on euro, US dollar. The other reason I'm kind of liking this at the moment is because of this. Yeah, this means that the US dollar is weak. So that's why I'm trying to long euro US dollar, because this is weak at the minute. And as long as that keeps flying, the US dollar should keep coming down. I'm just not sure I've got on the right instrument. I should maybe be on something else apart from the euro, because the euro has not been particularly great this morning. As you can see, my euro odd is coming down hard. Right, let's carry on with analysis. So yeah, CAD Swiss, CAD Yen. That's one has come off the lows. We've looked at that one, haven't we already? Euro, CAD, again, be very careful with anything here. I'm really struggling to find anything to get into, because everything I'm thinking I might get into that and hold it, I'm thinking there's no point, because tomorrow it's all going to go mental. So I'm trying to look for things I can get in and out of today, and that's why I'm struggling to find anything at the minute. Euro CAD is an H4 mean reversion, nicely extended, only just though, and I have no real bias on this one at the moment. Worried about that little area there acting as support and popping. Lovely propulsion gap targets to the downside. This one's already been tested. But yeah, it's all going to be down to what's going to happen tomorrow, isn't it? With the Canadian dollar. So at the moment, this is running into a propulsion on the hourly. We've got this area, we've got this area, and we've got this area that need to be corrected, which means Canadian dollar strength. So just had the hourly reversal alert. It's extended to the upside on the 4 hour. So yeah, looks good as a short. But if you're taking this and all we do is that today and tomorrow morning, and the Canadian dollar is weak as you like, you're just going to go into drawdown on it, aren't you? So it all depends on the unemployment figures on the Canadian coming out fairly strong tomorrow. We've just had a first hint that we may be getting negative tomorrow for the US. So we had positive non-farm employment change from ADP. The unemployment claims, though, are up. So that's a real question mark over the US tomorrow. It's going to be tight. So be wary of anything you get into today, basically. Euro pound is good. Nice hourly extension to the downside. I would like this long. So the euro pound is a buy there. So we've got cop bias on side. The retail crowd are short at the moment. There's no real fundamental advantage between the two at the minute, but the pound is very, very weak. So this is pulling down very nicely. Looks like a good area to start getting into a long, and likely that this is going to push back up. I don't like that. And I can't really see any reason why this should go from here at the moment. So if you're going to get into this, the ideal spot for this really would be ADR, which is yesterday's low. Previous day's low. So we've broken yesterday's low already. If we can get an ADR hit on this today, I'd fancy that as a long. It's a very small ADR pair, so don't expect it to go particularly far. But I like that as a long. Looks really, really good. So we've got this nice propulsion gap push. We got market structure is very, very nice. So this is the pullback on this move here. We're roughly getting on for 50% pullback. Looking to make a new high. So a good area to start getting in. So euro pound looks good, nicely extended. If it gets any more extended down to ADR, we're going to be even more extended on the RSI below the 80, looking for a pop. So if that can get down to there, I'd be very interested. In fact, I might just set a little alarm at ADR just to remind me. You're just going to be a pain today, aren't you? Still going though. I've just picked the wrong pair, haven't I? Totally picked the wrong pair to long against the US. Should have picked the pound. Never mind. Pound CAD. Nice long. So basically we're extended to the upside. Pound is a short. Beautiful resistance bounce there. We've got this propulsion gap, which is already tested as a backup at ADR. And then we've got this high area here at 150. So this looks good to start a position trade on the hourly. So I like the look of that as well. Costs too much CAD exposure. I can't get into it. I like that. Pound CAD looks good. I like that as a short. So play on this one would be getting in here as your initial position. M5, you've had the reversal alert and retest already. So you've got your entry. You're basically exactly where we want to be in, somewhere around here. Yeah. So that looks really good. So if that doesn't hold that level, you'll be looking at a first entry there. Half an ADR on this is 60. So you'll be looking somewhere in the region of 125 ADR. So if that is not going to be a double top, that area there is unlikely to be reactionary. This is more likely where we're going to be looking to get into a second. So roughly here is half an ADR. And as you can see, you're somewhere between half to 1 ADR for a second entry. So entry 1, entry 2, exit when it's pushing down. If it pushes all the way up to there without stopping, you're going to be massively extended. And that's the point you're going to start to get the drop. A very, very similar trade to the one I took here, look. Yeah. Extension, looks good. Didn't quite work out, took a second. Extension, looks good. If it doesn't work out, take a second. Get out. If it does work out, obviously it's fine. But, so that looks good. Pound is a short. CAD has got the potential to drive tomorrow. The beautiful thing about the Canadian dollar is if you get as expected news or not quite as good news, but the US dollar gets good news, the US dollar, the CAD will get a bolster from the US dollar as well. So if you get an as expected result on the CAD and you get a positive result on the US, the CAD will pump. So you've got a double bubble shot. Obviously, if we get negative CAD news, negative US, obviously this is going to go through the roof. In which case you're going to run straight up into those limit orders, which are going to fire and possibly push back down again anyway. But looking at it on a 4 hour, you've got so many levels, look, coming up that are potentially going to act as resistance. Yeah, they're not particularly great resistance. This is by far the best level here. This one. Yeah, it's been multiple reactions there. So, but worst case scenario, you're going to get something there. And by then your 4 hours is going to be extended, which will be ready to come down. So it's a good starter spot, I think, to get in. It's still pushing at the moment, though. So if you're not into it, I'd probably wait at the minute, wouldn't you? Why is that pushing so hard? We got a weak CAD. Yeah, Canadian dollar's coming down for some reason, which isn't going to help my US dollar CAD trade, is it? I've got a trading stop in profit on it. Don't. Let's see. 485. So that's 285 on top of that. I'm going to leave that one there. If the Canadian dollar is dropping, this is obviously going to push. I'm just just because I've taken this loss today, I'm just considering banking it, but I don't really see any reason for the Canadian dollar to be rallying here, really. No news, so yeah, I'll just leave it. Right. Pound CAD we just covered. Pound US. Again, tomorrow, big news. So we are extended on the hourly. This is a nice propulsion move. So, you know, we're just basically filling the propulsion gap. Look where we are. Yeah, spot on. If this is going to hold, they are going to go short. This is basically where we're going to get in. Look at this failed head and shoulders. You know, I keep talking about failed head and shoulders and how you never spot them, right? Because they're failed. Everybody sees a head and shoulders when it works. They go, oh, look at that beautiful head and shoulders. You never spot the failed ones, do you? Sorry, that's the... Oh, no, that's actually... Yeah, no, sorry. That one did actually work, didn't it? Well, that's sort of marginally, didn't it? But look, they never really do what they do in the pictures, head and shoulders, do they? Yeah, look at the rejection on that. Again, this would indicate strong US dollar. So this might be the end of the US dollar weakness and the start of that rally kicking in, which means the euro and US dollar is going to come down. I'm going to hold it for the minute. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to be brave. I'm going to be Braveheart. US dollar CAD. So that one, again, extended on the 4 hour. It's coming down nicely now. So we've missed that one. That was this morning. US dollar yen. Or you've missed it if you're not in it. US dollar yen extended on the hourly. Again, nice rejection down here at ADR. Yeah, so good potential push back up into there. So drop down M5, look for a reversal alert. Haven't had it yet. Upside target on that. It's going to be somewhere in that region initially, I would imagine. 136,640. So you haven't got any room really on the reversal alert. It's just too big because of this massive, big, strong push down. So, but if you want to take it in lieu of what's going to happen tomorrow, and again, you know, getting into positions today ahead of tomorrow is a good idea if you can. So the best trades I've ever had on news, when you've got news of big news events coming out like this, the best trades I've ever had are the ones that I'm already in on the day before. So, you know, for example, if you're getting on US dollar yen now and it just does that, and we're up here tomorrow before non-farm payroll, you're sitting in a trade with profit, with a break-even stop on it. There's absolutely nothing you can lose. But if that thing goes parabolic, you've got that head start on it, and you just make loads. So it's always really good to try and get a position on and a position started ahead of news. You know, I've got this US dollar CAD short on at the moment. If, for example, we're down here and I TP on this one, and what it does is it just does this, and then tomorrow we're like that, yeah, and we get to non-farm payroll, what I will do is I will move this TP right down there, and that will basically be a, you know, $800 banker off of about $100, 8 to 1, you know, and break even stop. So worst case scenario is I'm just going to get virtually nothing on the trade, or I'm going to get an absolute fortune. So it's really nice if you can get some US dollar on. Just go and pick a US dollar that's extended at the moment. Sorry, wrong one. Any US dollar that's so many empty falls in. Any US dollar that's extended, basically, and just go, right, I'm going to go long US dollar yen. And if you do get that move started back up into propulsion, brilliant. Yeah, you've got a really good chance of making a big, strong run. But that's all we've got today. So it's very similar to what we were looking at this morning. The only things we've got ADR-wise are yens, and the yens are still very strong at the moment. They are starting to sort of pull back. The CAD yen's a really nice entry. But yeah, yens at the moment, obviously a bit of a steam train. So unsure as we're going to get another leg down. I'm a little worried. This is our second day of strength on the yen. I'm a little worried that the market is pumping money into yen ahead of tomorrow's news, in the fact that they know that the US dollar is going to devalue tomorrow and it's all going to go back to the yen. So it's a little worrying to see this much. Either that, or they know something. They know what's coming in this monetary policy statement tomorrow morning, and the Bank of Japan is going to announce some big easing or something, which is going to really pump the yen. And this is the market loading themselves up ahead of tomorrow's yen news in the morning. So we'll find out tomorrow morning before the market opens in the UK what they're doing with this. Either that, or the whole lot's going to completely mean revert. And all they're doing is they're enticing in all these shorts so they can go and gobble the whole lot up in the morning. You never know, do you? One or the other. Always one or the other. Catch up on chat. 8cap must have a prop firm. Yep, white label, we talked about that. Hydra funding is another one, is it? Hydra funding. I might set my own up, yeah? I reckon it's a good little business. Hydrafunding.io. Hydra funding main logo. You can tell that I own a web design company, right? Although I don't do it anymore, but I'm a web designer by trade. Really? You don't know anything about SEO and what to do when you build a website. The title of the website is Hydra-funding-main-logo. So I'm pretty sure that is what your logo is called, isn't it? Hydra-funding-main-logo. That's the logo. Yeah. Pro-level capital, pro-level profits, pro-level website. Just run a mile when you see things like this. It's just like, who's this bloke? Real or scam? Oh my God, this guy knows nothing about marketing, does he? 200k. 2 grand? What planet's this bloke living on? 1 to 10 leverage. Just 2 grand. Keep 75 or compound. This is exactly the same. Look, exactly the same. This table is the same. Everything is the same on this as it is on that other one, that MentFX we just looked at. Remember I said, oh, it's not good. You can't keep the profits and compound. Yeah, you can with Fivers and with other people. You can't do it with these guys. Yeah, it's all the same stuff. They're just rolling out and white labeling these prop firms out. And what you'll find is they will all go bust. Yeah, because at some point, this guy won't have done good enough marketing. Their revenue stream will look like that. Some bright spark will come in and he'll go long on the NASDAQ the day that it does 500% ADR, and he'll go long with 3%, and he'll go, stop, I need 150k payout, please. And they'll go, sorry, we haven't got it. And this website will vanish. It'll be gone. Absolutely disappear. There's one done that already. Look, who was it that did it? Was it Enfold? Yeah, Enfold have paused their services because they couldn't afford it. I can't remember where it was. There was one in here, one of these prop firms, basically. And they just vanished. Overnight, disappeared. That happens all the time. Stick with the big guys. Stick with the big ones. The ones with the big capital behind them. Unfortunately, they have a ton on prop firms. There's a great video on YouTube where a guy shows you it's better to trade your own money instead of Ment. Mainly non-refundable fee. You can, I mean, this is the thing, don't get me wrong. Prop firms are great, but they are geared towards the firm. Yeah, obviously they're geared towards the firm. Oh my God, this is really coming down as US CAD. Why is that dash keep alerting me? Stop it. Yeah, I mean, I like props, but you know, if you've got $500 to spare, right? The best thing you can do if you've got $500 to trade with, right, or $1,000 to trade with, you're never really going to make a fortune with $500 or $1,000, are you? Obviously. So you got two options. If you got $1,000, you've got 3 evaluations you can take of those. And if you're careful, you'll get through one of those. You'll get yourself 50K and then drop your risk dramatically, and you will be able to equivalently double your account. So if you had $1,000 to start trading with, and you got one of these, and all you did was you targeted very, very small profits, you're going to make $1,000 a month. Yeah, that's a tiny, tiny amount, isn't it there? On a 50K account. Yeah, most people are looking for 10%. They're looking for a 5K return. Yeah. If you can look for like a 3% return, you've doubled your money. And it's the equivalent of you taking $1,000, right? And within 3 to 5 weeks, compounding that to $2,000. It's much easier to do it in prop than it is to try and compound that. Because if you blow that, that's it. You've lost it. If you blow an evaluation, you've still got 2 more chances to double your money. If you blow the second one, you've still got 1 more chance to double your money. You're much better off putting this $1,000 in here. Do demo, obviously, and prove to yourself that you could actually do an 8% target on a 50K account. But compounding is the other way to go. So you take your $1,000 and you risk 20% of it per trade, and you hope that in those 5 trades you've got, assuming you've got enough leverage to get those 5 trades on, you get one which is a 3-to-1 or more runner, in which case, happy days. You're going to get close to doubling your account, or actually double your account depending on the reward, aren't you? But that is much less likely to happen than you trading sensibly for 3 months or for a month on 3 separate evaluations. You've got way more chance, in my opinion, of getting one of those over the line and then actually getting funded than you have of doubling your account. And once you've doubled your account, you're going to be in the mentality where you can do it again. You're not going to be able to do that. You're going to blow it. So the prop firms know all of this, and this is why there's so many of these appearing all the time. You know, it's easy. I could set one up. Look, I could go to 8cap. I've got enough capital to go to 8cap and set this up. I'm pretty sure I don't have to put any funds up. I don't know. I might have a look at it. Hey, welcome to the Market Structure Trader Prop Firm. Pro prop firm trading. And I'll be in here basically trading my prop account and letting you copy my trades. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put some stupid ones on, you blow it all, and you'll have to go back and reset. That sounds like an awesome business model, doesn't it? Sorry, having a drink. I might try that. Thanks for the follow, Kevin. Welcome aboard. We've got 65 people in here, guys. Can we have some more likes and more thumbs up, please? That'd be nice. Kajen's pushing very nicely. So that's all the analysis done. I use 8cap with Blue Guardian. Not good. Blue Guardian. God, they're really coming out of the woodwork. I've never heard of them. Blue Guardian Capital. Purple Trading. They're another one. Purple Trading. Awful broker. Awful. Awful connection. Awful execution. Huge spreads. Massive overnight swaps. I traded with Purple Trading. I can't remember why. Why did I trade with Purple? Oh, yeah, because I was with Blueberry Markets. And it was one of the first props. I think it was FTMO. And they gave you a choice of brokers. And you could choose from... This was about 3 years ago. You could choose from Purple Trading, Blueberry Markets, and there was 2 other brokers. I can't remember the name of them. I think it might have been IG. It might not have been. But I went with Blueberry Markets, and it was all going well, and all of a sudden connections stopped, and we got stopped out on loads of stuff. It was just awful. So I switched over to Purple Trading. Same thing. So these guys are giving you a choice of crap or crapper. It's like Dumb and Dumber, isn't it? Just don't. How much did this one cost? Prices are okay. Not bad pricing. 8% phase 1, 4% Phase 2, that's all right. Lost 10%. Daily of 4.85. These guys look all right. I've unfortunately just can't trade with them because the execution will be terrible. Unless you're, you know, like I said, I keep saying, if you're not, I recognize this dashboard. It's the same dash. Do you know what? There's 2 or 3 different prop firms, right? So the fivers, right? This is my fivers evaluation. Okay, this is the same. It's gone as that. Which is, look, this is the same as that. And E8. All the same stuff. It's all the same firms white labeling out with slight variations on everything. Look, you got that light dark button up there. Look, ta-da! Same thing. I can make it light and dark. It's the same. It's the same firm. It's a revolution of rolling out prop firms. I'm going to start a company. Who wants to come in with me? Come on, let's milk some traders. I'm so against that. Hey, bro, quick question. How much profit have you made? Loads. Since starting your trading journey? I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. 6 figures plus. I'm in for the gold short. Seymour's gold short. Seymour's got a special strategy on gold. He won't tell me what it is. Where do I need to get out, Seymour? You have to tell. I'm getting in with you. Where do I get out? Propulsion gap? Where's the stop? It's not a bad little short, that, actually. It's a good place to get in. Nicely extended on the RSI. I've been worried about this. We tapped straight into that as well. That's what I'm worried about. Getting up there. I'm not taking that. I'm not as brave as you. I got in on sales on the NAS at 12326. We haven't been watching the NAS, have we? I've been too absorbed with my Euro trade. Yeah, so 12326 short. I would be looking for an ADR hit on this potentially today. Look at where we're off to. Oh, look at what we've done. Okay, no, that's not a bad looking short. We haven't tapped that yet, though. Look, that's 125 ADR. There is more upside up to there. The market, I reckon, I've got a feeling I've just got this feeling we're going to get some strength off of the US dollar tomorrow. In which case, they will want to get the inefficiencies completed because this is going to be coming down. If we get that strength in US tomorrow, the indices are going to tank. So if they can get that hit, that's efficient. And then we've got all this lot down here to come and sort out, which will, I mean, it's not going to get down there tomorrow. It's going to need to be a monster move to get down there tomorrow. We'd need a 300 ADR drop, 300 ADR pump on the US dollar. I don't think we're going to get that. But you never know. We could, I mean, I say that, you know, I say we're not going to get a 300% pump, but look at the last unemployment figures. Yeah, there was your last unemployment figures. That moved 233 pips off 116 ADR. That's 250 roughly, wasn't it? Yeah, so that's potentially coming tomorrow. I don't know which way, but I mean, you've got to be looking for US dollar strength at the minute, haven't you? So shorts, which means shorts on the indices as well. Come back and do that tomorrow. Go and get that one first, then come back here. That's my thoughts anyway, but can you envision a sell back into the range? I can envisage it, yeah. I mean, there's every possibility that, you know, this is the thing. There's always an argument. You can always give yourself an argument for both directions. So right now, oh, wrong one. Yeah, not quite enough. Yeah, so right now, there's two arguments. There's that, which is continuing market structure to there. The other argument is propulsion gap is filled. We're starting to find sellers. So this is a market structure reversal underway. Yeah, there's always two arguments. So this is either a pullback long or it's a reversal starting. You never know which. This is, and that's, you know, so yes, if this is the start of a short, you've got in spot on and you're coming back down to here. If not, you're going to stop out, obviously, because it's a scalp. But this is a good position trade as well, in my opinion, at the moment. Yeah, if you got in here now, targeting that, I would have no problem really position trading a second one there, because there's a high probability if you get to 125 ADR today, this thing's going to pull back off the highs at some point. You'll be able to get out of that. You're taking a short at extended conditions. So that's a pretty good trade idea. If it's a short. But you know, what you don't want is to be stuck up here end of day and then go through the entire Globex session until we get to non-farm payroll, and then all the figures come out negative for the US dollar, because that thing's going to fly through the roof. Yeah, so if the unemployment figures come out as a negative, US is going to, what I mean by negative is it comes out at 3.5 or 3.6, US dollar is going to tank and the indices will pump. So yeah. Sentiment EA has got itself into a little bit of drawdown today. So this is the first day we've seen a loss on record. However, the day is not over yet. We're back up to 5.5% in drawdown. So far today, we're going to bank 160, 360, 460, 560, 660, $700 odd. So if the day was to close right now, $700 is going there. If this drawdown comes down, we're going to bank more than $1,000, which is going to bring that back to break even. So be interesting to see how this goes today. But 5.5% is around about the highest I've seen it at the moment from a drawdown perspective. So not looking bad. We haven't blown the hedge account. The hedge account has pulled itself back into profit today. Still sitting in 24K drawdown, but it hasn't blown. It's holding in there. As is my euro US dollar. It's going nowhere, is it? Just not interested. Anybody got any other pairs or anything they want to have a look at? I quite fancy taking that NASDAQ idea I just came up with. It's pushing at the moment though, isn't it? So basically 123.76. If we can push to 123.76, I think that's a really nice short area. Wait for a reversal alert on M5 up there, and then get in with a potential run down to there. But obviously, if tomorrow it's sitting somewhere down there, obviously I'll just break even it and hope for strength in the US dollar. That'll be a big, big, big win. Marianne, gold. Why does everybody want to look at gold all the time? Why is everybody's fascination with gold? I don't know. Why does everybody, you guys that trade gold, why do you like gold? What is it about gold? Everybody's interested. Sorry. I just got an advert come up. I just refreshed the stream. I just got an advert come up and I had to pause it. I wasn't quite sure what was being advertised, and it's actually a shaver. But that was a pretty good ad. That got me, that ad. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Stop. I don't need to see that. Yeah, good advert. It's waterproof. Sorry. I was actually just going to drag it over because Nirav came up on the screen. It's shiny. Yeah, trade gold because it's shiny. I find it difficult to trade pairs. Go and do the bootcamp, Marion. You will find out how to trade pairs. People like the high ADR and volatility. I think that's it. High volatility, yeah. So high volatility is good for making money, obviously, but it's also bad for position trading, which is why I don't personally trade it. You get these big moves. I mean, this is obviously the unemployment, but you get these massive moves on gold, and gold is if you get it wrong, it's very, very unforgiving. I basically, I'm of the opinion that everything in the market works in the same way. So, this is, as I said, this is just another gold cross, another US dollar cross. If you look at the pound US dollar, it's pushing up into there. If you look at gold, it's pushed up into there. If you look at the euro US dollar, it is pushing up into there. Yeah, so it will always look the same. When the US dollar is strong, gold will always come down. So it's a US dollar cross. So when like you say, Marion, I can't trade pairs, you are. Gold is a crossed US dollar pair in the same way as pound US dollar, euro US dollar, and Aussie US dollar is. Gold US dollar is exactly the same. You are trading a pair. Yeah. It's just that this pair doesn't have any fundamentals. That's why I don't trade it. There's no driving force that is recognizable behind that. When the euro US dollar flies and I see there's no strength in US dollar, I can tell that the euro is strong. If I see all US dollar pairs coming down at the same time, it tells me there's US dollar strength. That's why I don't trade this, because there's no driver. It's like Bitcoin. There's no driver on gold. Yeah. But at the moment, it's a sell because we're RSI extended on the hourly. Yeah, we've hit ADR. We're extended on the hourly. So if you're shorting it now, intraday, you want to play it back down into there. We've filled that propulsion gap. We've tapped into that propulsion gap, although I think that's probably got a little bit higher to go. And we've got another one up there. So right now, where you are, there is a chance of it doing one of those three things. So I would look for, personally, I would look probably for a short on it, but it might go up. But it depends what the US dollar does, doesn't it? Yeah. And tomorrow, right, this is going to do that or that tomorrow, and it's going to hit probably 200 ADR in one direction or the other. The direction it goes will be purely based on the unemployment figures for the US dollar. You see what I mean? You are trading across with the US dollar. Gold flies tomorrow. Everyone goes like, hey, gold's flown. No, it hasn't. The US dollar's dropped. Gold doesn't just move on its own. It does have its own little flurries every now and again, which is why it's got a different profile to the euro US dollar and to the pound US dollar, because it does have its own movement. But it is, at the end of the day, just another cross with the US dollar. Look at them all. They're all doing the same thing. They've all left the same propulsion gap in roughly the same area. And they're all now pushing up and testing it. Why? Because it's a weak US dollar. It's all the same stuff. So you are trading crosses. So if you're trading gold and you don't like trading Forex pairs, I would say introduce a load more instruments. Introduce New Zealand US, introduce pound US, and introduce euro US. Same stuff. Makes sense? We need an image of John Wick blowing up his prop firm account ready for tomorrow. I don't know that let's try it. I'm not sure about that one. That's going to involve an explosion, surely. John Wick blowing something up, isn't it? Let's see what we make of that one. God, there's some weird people doing some weird things on Discord at the moment. I have no idea what it's going to make of that. John Wick blowing up his prop firm account. It's waiting to start. I've got a good feeling that this is actually just not even going to have a clue what to do with this. This is going to be one of those, I have no idea what result you're going to get out of this one. Should be fun, though. Oh, it is drawing. No, we're getting something. We are getting something. It's coming through, 31%. Blowing. I see. I get what you've done there. No, I'll show you. Where's it gone? Yeah, no, that doesn't work. That's terrible. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, sorry, it's just saving. Okay, this is John Wick blowing up his prop firm account. Look, he's blowing smoke. Yeah, something's blowing up. His computer there, that's John Wick blowing up his prop firm account, isn't it? I don't know what that is. That's a load of gold sparks coming out of him while he's holding a tablet. There you go. That's the one. I'm gonna order that one. Let's order that. I can't take my pointer. U4. No, V4. No, U4. There we go. I've ordered that one. I'll have that in a minute. Mr. Wick. That's Mr. Wick tomorrow when non-farm payroll goes his way. For those of you who are looking at this screen now going, what the hell is this bloke going on about? I basically am just creating John Wick memes, basically, based on, not memes, but images based off of AI. So this is being created by AI. I basically just tell AI what I want to draw, and it just does this. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. That was Neo trading the stock market. Not sure about that one, but this is John Wick trading. He's pretty good, apart from the dodgy old hands. It's got a real problem with hands. Euro trade's absolutely stuck. Oh, look at my Euro odd. Got 1% risk running on this one as well. Hopefully, we're going to double top on that one, which obviously won't help this trade either, so it's not good. Very, very, very tricky day today. Very tricky. What was that? Okay, Nasdaq's still pushing. So again, it's not over yet. Potentially for the shorts if you're taking a short, but I would imagine this is more like what we're going to get unless we're going to push for that high. If we do push for that high, so if we get an ADR on this, if we're going to go up for 125 ADR to get that propulsion gap, I'm going to short that. And I think we've got a good chance of getting an end of day sell-off on that one. Euros is going to be best, yeah. DAX, we'll look at the DAX. There you go, DAX. What do you want to look at on the DAX? Basically, the DAX, you don't trade the DAX in the afternoon, you trade the DAX in the morning, because the DAX will basically do pretty much the same, as you can see, pretty much the same thing as the US indices a lot of the time, but the volatility on the DAX is a lot lower during the New York session, so it's better to trade it during Frankfurt, which is what I do in the mornings. But yeah, it's the same as the rest. We're going to get moved tomorrow on the US announcement. So I don't know which way it's going. The DAX is bullish. The US indices are bearish at the moment. So, or slightly bearish, slightly more bearish. Look. Difficult, really, really difficult at the moment to know what's going on with the indices. We're on the cusp of either heading into a bull market, or we're just starting final leg of the bear market. I think what will be the final leg of the bear market. The fact that the Fed have said they're unlikely to go into recession would indicate that we're going to sort of drop and then flop about for a little bit, but I don't know. Thanks for the encouragement. That's all right. I need to make a note not to drink coffee while on stream. Towel, please. Yes, I am very funny. I'm not really. Okay, there's not a lot else really I can say today. The market is in a state of confusion because it doesn't know where to go ahead of tomorrow. So I'm kind of just hoping this US dollar CAD collapses. So all I'm going to do this afternoon is I'm going to monitor this for a short. If we can get that high taken out. If we get that high taken out, we've got probably another leg of a similar size, which takes us straight up into 125 ADR. That is obviously extended conditions. We're extended and holding up there on the 5-minute chart. 15 is obviously extended as well. Hourly is extended. So we've got an hourly RSI extension and potentially an ADR. So I would be looking for that. I'm looking for that off of US dollar strength tomorrow. So I think this is potentially just going to turn into an A-shaped recovery today. Very similar to this. Yeah, I think we're more likely to put in that sort of pattern today. So I'm just looking for an opportunity for a reversal on that. And obviously you can trade whatever you like. Indices wise, trade them all. They're all going to do the same thing. So the NASDAQ, the S&P, the Dow. Yeah, they're all going to do the same thing potentially to different sort of extremes. So we've had the reversal out there. Obviously, we've had the reversal out on the NASDAQ. Oh no, we haven't had the reversal out on the NASDAQ yet. That's because I got John Wicks to the left turned on. Look. Yeah, so we had a reversal out on the NASDAQ. Right. Kajien starting to work out. Another one to add to the growing list. Very good, Tim. It's good trade that. Very nice. Lovely reversal. I think I'm probably on that on the H4 account. Kajien, yeah. On it. How about Aussie US? So same story for all the other US pairs at the moment. We're in the propulsion gap. Potentially this is sellers running in. We're going down into there. So what I would anticipate is something like that ahead of non-farm payroll. And then obviously non-farm payroll, depending on the news, will go one way or the other. Obviously this is massively bearish at the minute. So Aussie US basically is as you can see, is the second biggest sell out there at the moment. Cot positioning is all short. Basically they're long the US dollar, they're short the Australian dollar. Market sentiment is currently a good sell because the retail crowd are longing it, so it's a sell, and all the fundamentals are on side for Aussie shorts and US dollar longs. So you want to be taking shorts on it, obviously. So it's just trying to find somewhere to get in and some way to get in. It's a very difficult one to get any sort of pullback on the 4-hour time frame because it's just too strong at the moment. So you need to be looking at hourly entries. So hourly RSI extensions. I mean, that's really all you've had, that one there. Pullbacks into propulsion for shorts. you've got that there, ADR hits to the upside. So just looking for shorts on it, really. But, you know, today is just not the day to be getting into, well, it is the day to be getting into new positions. So if you're going to get into a new position, fine. If it's down there ahead of non-farm, just protect it, because non-farm will maybe do that, or it will do that, or it will do that. You know, those are your three scenarios. Non-farm payroll is always either a whipsaw, and most of the time it is a whipsaw. However, the last non-farm payroll we had with unemployment obviously was not a whipsaw. Yeah, the last one we had was a Christ run for the hills. We weren't expecting that for unemployment. There's absolutely a chance that we're going to get that tomorrow. So you just got to get in and hope, really. But I would not take any position trading trades really aggressively ahead of the news. You are likely, if we do get negative unemployment, i.e. the unemployment rate goes up, obviously everything's going to push up against the US dollar. It's still got so much going for it, though. Interest rate hikes, inflation coming down, everything's good for the US dollar. So even if we do get negative results tomorrow, we are only going to get a temporary pullback on the US, and it will come down. So I wouldn't be too worried about position trading against the US dollar at the minute. So just shorting, really. But lower time frame, you've already had the reversal alert on that one. Oh, it's just happened, literally just happened. I thought we had already had one. Yeah, we already had one there, which that's just been invalidated. So shorts, got a little quick scalp if you wanted it down to there. 15, quarter of an ADR. But it's just not set up at the minute in any, you know, you can take M15. I mean, you know, a lot of people are using M15 reversal alerts and RSI extensions. These really strong trenders, like when we had the Aussie New Zealand as a really strong trender. Let's go back a bit. Before the drop. Oh, Christ. There we go. So before the drop, this was quite hard to get into as well, a lot of the time. So the hourlies, you weren't getting too many hourly opportunities. Had one there, nice one there. That one. But on M15, there were so many more. I only ever trade hourly or 4 hourly, but a lot of people do trade M15. So you're trading M15. I mean, I don't agree with this, but people are using M15 and M1 reversal alerts. Personally, I think you're trading luck and chop on M1. But M15, wait for an RSI extension. And this is the old BTMM Steve Mauro, isn't it? The old shark fins on M15. So, you know, you're taking the shark fin and you're also going to take the reversal alert. So when you get the reversal alert, as long as we've had an extension on the RSI, when you get the reversal alert, get in. You can take those on M15. But hourly is much better. I'd be looking for shorts on Aussie US. Do you think it's possible that non-farm payroll number will be higher than expected? I don't. Yeah, could be. Of course, it could. Could be either. But this is not what moves the market. Yeah, that's what moves the market. Yeah. Your unemployment rates are the fundamental that moves. Non-farm payroll just happens to come out on the same day because it's all part of the same stuff. But your fundamentals that move the market, the main fundamentals that move the market are your interest rates, your inflation, your GDP, and your unemployment. Yeah. So tomorrow we're trading the unemployment figures. Whoops. Another MT4. Oh, that's nice. So I just my other MT4. So yeah, but this is what will move it. Yeah, this move that we got here, yeah, was not caused by non-farm payroll. If you go back and look at that date, look at the non-farm payroll figures on that date, and look at the non-farm payroll figures on the last previous 5. It's not non-farm payroll. This is why some people go, hang on a minute, the non-farm payroll figures came out positive. Why on earth has it crashed? Because it's the unemployment rate that we're interested in, not non-farm payroll. We call it non-farm payroll for some reason. I don't know why. The market just decided to call it non-farm payroll, but it's not. It's unemployment. That's the thing. That's the key. Can you go through wicks to the left versus not?
Thanks for the follow.
Thanks for the follow, Marion. What do you mean by wicks to the left versus not? Oh, on the indicator, yeah. So this setting on the market reversal alerts indicator, there's a good example of it actually there. Yeah, so with the indicator, obviously it's designed to show you when there is a shift in structure. So when you're in a very highly volatile market, what you want is you want a good strong reversal alert, a good strong break of structure. Yeah, so that would be a good strong break of structure. Obviously a nice big candle, it wipes out these previous three. It's a really tight reversal alert. These are the ones that work really, really, really well. The ones where you've got them all spaced out and you've got basically a push and then we've got candles pushing up like that, does that, and it mucks about down here for a bit, and then you get one that just closes just below it. They're not great. Yeah. So when you're in a volatile market, I tend to turn it off. And to be honest, I have it turned off the vast majority of the time. When you turn it on, what it does is it uses the wicks to the left of the candle, right? So it uses the reversal alert indicator works on the last down candle before the high is formed. So this was the last pullback before the push that made the high. So we're looking to break this pullback candle. So when you're looking at market structure, it goes like this. Yeah, that is what we need broken if we're going to get a structure break. Yeah. So that's the high there. And that is that high there, which is on this candle before the pullback, right? So if you're in a market which is a little bit woolly and it's, you know, it's going sideways like that, you can get the wicks to the left used, which gives you basically a bigger break. So if I turn that to true, yeah, what it will do is it draws not on the candle that caused the low, it uses the wick to the left of that candle, which is usually a bull, right? So when we're pushing up, you're usually getting bull candles, right? A bear candle is usually part of a pullback. So if you get a pullback which is small, what it does, it will also incorporate that previous candle into it. So it kind of, it's what it's doing is it's saying, let's take these two candles as our pullback. So we need a bigger, stronger move to get that reversal alert. So it's a stronger signal, but in a volatile market, you don't need to use it. And to be honest, I don't really use it a lot. It's a personal preference. What it will also do is if you use wicks to the left, if you get some weird wicky candle in the middle of your what should be a structure break, it will always also use that wick as well. So what we're saying is if we get a big wick down like that, I want to break that now, that wick, because quite often that's what will happen. You'll wick down below the reversal and then it will push back up again. And then make a new high. So it's just a case of, it's kind of a more safer version of the alert. Some people like to use it, some people don't. When I was developing the indicator, what we were finding, and what you do find, is sometimes you get reverse alerts which are really, really tight. Yeah, so it'll be on the candle, which is far too tight. And what's happening is that you're in a range. And what you're doing is you just keep getting reverse alerts in a range. This widens the strength needed to give you that reverse alert, that break of structure. It needs to be bigger. So when you're getting these little tight ones, it just means it's got to be bigger. That's all it does. But there's no right and there's no wrong. It's a personal preference thing. It's in there in case you like it that way. Same as aggressive. So if I scroll out, whoops, and look at those two that you've got there, if you go and look at aggressive, put aggressive mode on, all that does is it gives you reversal alerts faster. So that one's disappeared. So you just get, there isn't got a high one on there now. Oh, it's down here, look, because it's redrawing, look, down here. Whoops. Yeah. So it's taken that one up there and it's put it now down here because we're going into aggressive. So all it's doing is it's looking for smaller movements away from this before we get another reversal alert. So this is the aggressive mode is really designed for scalpers. If you're scalping M1, M5, aggressive mode can be a better way to move. You get a lot more signals, but obviously with a lot more signals, you got a lot more false signals. And again, I don't really scalp M5 with the indicator because I'm more of a price action scalper on low time frames, but a lot of people do. Like, you know, Seymour has developed a strategy in gold. It's using other indicators, but a lot of people are using this in gold and scalping gold with it and having really good results. So a lot of people using it to scalp gold in aggressive mode on the deriv broker with all those synthetic indices that are just awful. I think they're awful, but each to their own. Yeah, everybody can make money in a different way. You trade the way that you want to. So I've made it. Yeah, there you go. There's a perfect example. Look. Wicks to the left. That is the type of structure break that it's designed to filter out. Yeah, there. So we go now into wicks to the left with aggressive on. There you go. So now we're taking that candle into account along with that one. So with wicks to the left, you're just always going to get, it's going to need a stronger move back that way. The plus is the signal is stronger. The bull move is stronger. The negative is the reversal alert happens later. So you're missing a little bit more of the move. There's always a minus to every plus with everything you do in trading. That's the payoff. So by having a bigger reversal alert, obviously you're going to get the reversal alert a little bit later than you would if you had a tighter reversal alert. So that's all it is. That's how I have it set. False. I just like to know when it's, you know, but I say I don't really use it very much myself, although it's my indicator. I see market structure everywhere. Like, you know, I can see the structure break there. You know, I just see it because I've been watching these stupid candlesticks go up and down for such a long time. So turning wicks to the left off will get me in sooner if I want to add to a position. Yeah. But obviously you will also, you know, if you want to get in sooner, move down a time frame. So if you're trading H4 M15 and you want to get in sooner, trade H4 M5. You'll get more alerts on M5 than you will on M15. It's different on every time frame. So you're going to, you know, you get more structure breaks on M5, which means you get in faster because you get more entries. That's why I've switched over to H4 M5 at the moment. I'm finding it actually more profitable because I'm getting my ADR closer together. I will regret this when we go into a squeeze, I'm sure. But it's I'm just finding it better, to be honest. I've only just started doing it recently, so oh my god. That's right. Just had somebody oh my god, have you seen the title of the stream today? Brilliant. Look at the title of today's this is the URL of today's stream. Can you read that? That's the URL of today's stream. Twat. If you're not in the UK, you're thinking, what's that mean? I think it's very much a UK word. I've just noticed that. I just posted it in the group and I was like, someone's been swearing in the group. Ah, no, it's not. It's the URL for the live stream. Anyway, I'm stopped out on this one. Euro, US dollar. Today is not my day. Still a positive day, but it's not a great day. Hopefully, I'm going to get rescued by the Fidelcrest account today. Right, I'm going to leave it there today. I've got nothing else to discuss. Towel, please. You drinking coffee again, Brian? I'll be back tomorrow morning, 7:50, for the UK session for the Frankfurt, for the DAX, and obviously back tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow afternoon stream will be at 1:20, not 2:20. So I'll obviously be here for non-farm and for unemployment. It's going to be a big session tomorrow. So overnights, if you have any yen positions on that are in profit, you will be probably well advised to maybe protect those just in case. Yeah, I do have Telegram. It's in the description. If you want to join the Telegram group, I'll put the link in. I'll put the link in the chat as well. So yeah, be careful with these yens. Obviously, there's a potential for a lot of volatility tomorrow morning. It may do nothing. He may say nothing. But if he does say something, obviously all the yen pairs are going to be ADRs tomorrow morning, and I wouldn't get in the way of the yen when the yen starts to go. So if you have got yens on, just be aware that you could either wake up in large drawdown or you could wake up in large profit. Again, equally, if you have yen trades on, do not put a TP at a logical area. Put a TP at another logical area. Let's have a quick look at a CAD yen just before I go. So, for example, if you've got into the CAD yen long, yeah, you know, we would be looking to target probably that propulsion gap there, yeah. So if you're in this, you can probably break even it. You may get stopped out in Asia, but if tomorrow something happens in Asia with that yen statement and they dump the yen, for example, there's no point in putting a TP there. Stick a TP at 200 ADR because this thing could absolutely rocket. It could also absolutely rocket in that direction. So if you're getting into a short trade here and you're expecting this structure to continue to the downside, you know, don't target this low. This low is going to get broken. Yeah. It may do absolutely nothing, but you've always just got to think, what if it doesn't? And this is where you make your money. Yeah. The 8% days I have are not made because I've gone, I'm going to get in here and I'm going to get out there. The 8% days are, I'm not using a TP and something's happened that has made my trades go parabolic. That's why I make a load of money. I don't put the TP in the market. I let the trade play out when I'm obviously monitoring on manual trades. But so yeah, that's worth doing. GDP tomorrow at 7 o'clock as well. I'm on at 7:50. This will have happened beforehand. The pound may go crazy tomorrow as well. If this comes out as a negative, a 0 point something or a minus, look out below. Yeah. That is a distinct possibility in my opinion as well. They're reckoning on basically a 0.6 increase on GDP. I live in the UK. I certainly haven't been spending more money, and I don't think anybody else has either. So I'd be very surprised if our GDP's gone up. I can't see the output of the UK increasing at the minute, but I don't know. I might be wrong. But anyway, again, be careful. Obviously, if you've got any pound on, because you're going to get a big move tomorrow. And then obviously tomorrow afternoon is the big one with the CAD and the US. So I'll be on at 1:20 tomorrow afternoon. We'll watch that. I may take some trades in it depending on how my props are going. But I just prefer watching it really and figuring out what the hell to do next, because that's the most important bit. All right, have a good day, the rest of the day. Big Mac account could explode. Yeah, I haven't retraded the Big Mac account, have I? I lost $20 on it. I don't really think I've got any leverage left in that account. I'm just going to withdraw it and go and buy some Big Macs. Right, so I'll be back tomorrow morning, 7:50, same time. I'll also be back tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon at 1:20 for the New York session. Okay, so have a good day. I'll be in the Telegram group if you need me for anything else. Other than that, I will hopefully see you tomorrow.